This is a summary of Luo Guanzhong's The Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Today we'll be proceeding to go ahead and summarize chapters 61 all the way to 90. Now let us get this started with right now. Now, last time we left off this journey, we have Zhao Zilong. He goes ahead and rescues Adou from the river. And Sun Quan goes ahead and uses a letter to deter Cao Cao. What I mean by this is that, who is Adou, you might ask? This is Sun Quan, not Sun Quan. This is Xuande, aka Liu Bei's son. And here's the thing about saving people. So the Sun Quan's people in Wu are all like, hey, I want to destroy Xuande, but to do so, I need Jingzhou more. What do I do in this predicament? My sister is technically his wife, so I'm gonna get her as a stepmother of his heir, and only heir too, to get here, all the way over here, so that now I have him hostage. Now, obviously, the woman herself is very gullible at this point and has no idea that her mother is completely fine. But then she receives a letter saying that, hey, your mother's dying, please come back. Also bring your son, because he can't stay behind. And she's like, okay, yeah, I need to see mom. So she goes ahead and brings the young heir with her, and then, well, Zhao Zilong goes ahead and realizes what's happening, stops her, and he's like, what the heck do you think you're doing with the heir? He's my son, I can bring him anywhere because I'm pretty sure Liu Bei, aka Xuande, is not going to be around to raise him. Adon's like, okay, no, your mother's dying. I can't stop you there, that would be ungrateful, but the son stays. No! And they go ahead and get a bunch of other stuff. Eventually, Zhao Zilong just grabs the child and makes his way off the ship, with Kong Ming going ahead and helping him. The ship that he was on previously could not really turn around at this point, so they just kept going ahead to the state of Wu. Another thing that I should probably mention that happened is that Yuan Gao and Gao, these are two generals from the Wei army, they are killed at the fall of the Fu Pass. And Huang Zhong and Wei Yan, they go ahead and complete it to Luo Cheng, who would first get to the city of Luo Cheng. This is apparently a very, very big, serious competition too. And I'm not going to state who won, because that makes you not want to read the book. Ma Chao, a guy from Wei, he goes ahead and captures the Jiameng Pass. While Zhang Fei gets very, very annoyed at this. And Zhang Fei himself is slightly getting infuriated too. But at this point, Xuande proceeds to go ahead and take over completely Shu. He sees Shu previously, now he takes it over completely. And then Guan Yu, the other brother, remember, he goes ahead and proceeds to go on a dangerous feast. Like, he's invited to this feast where he knows he's going to get assassinated. His son, Guan Pi, is all like, hey, you know you're going to get assassinated here, so why go? Because if I don't go, something's going to be suspicious. And they'll know I think that they're suspicious. So I'm bringing my sword. You can come. And his son is like, but I can come with you to make sure that you don't die. Deal. And so, with this, the emperor tries to have Cao Cao murdered. But then he is killed. Like the Empress, I mean. I should probably mention that the Empress here is also very, very, very cool. The Empress here is basically the mother of the Emperor, and she's all like, hey, I don't like Cao Cao. You know he's going to usurp you from the throne, eh? And so the Emperor is like, yes, I know that. Hey, how about I try to go ahead and get another secret belt edict to get Cao Cao rid of? It's like, sure. And so she gets one of their trusted guys to get the message across. And then Cao Cao suddenly arrives. And he's like, what the heck do you think you're doing? I need medication because the woman said, something's up. Okay, you don't mind if I search you, right? Can I go? The woman very, very sick. Search him. And so he's searched, and then they find the letter. And they proceed to take off his head. And then they proceed to also take off the head of the other conspirators that the Empress has mentioned. And then the Emperor and the Empress are dragged out, and then they're all like, hey, you know what? Here you go. I'm going to go ahead and kill your mother. Wait, what? Why? Because she conspirated against me for you. Now die! And if you go ahead and do the same thing as her, you die too. So the Emperor is basically just his puppet from now on, and like completely controlled puppet too, no kind of free will and that kind of stuff. And yeah, what other things that we talk about here? Oh yeah, Cao Cao goes ahead and conquers this city of Hanzhong, and within that city, Sun Quan would try to go ahead and protect. Sun Quan was able to manage to escape Hanzhong as well too. Guan Lui, a military advisor, then proceeds to use this book called the Book of Changes he has to go ahead and work out what to do. And then within the plans and the other battles, 5 young brave men go ahead and die for their country of China. Some of the good things that happened to Shu Han is that Zhang Fei then proceeds to go ahead and capture the Wako Pass, where he uses his cunning skill too. And the old Huang Zhong then proceeds to go ahead and capture the mountains, also with equal amount of cunning. Then Kong Ming proceeds to capture Han Zhong with his own cunning too, and this forces Cao Cao to retreat from Han Zhong. Then we have this other military kind of guy, and his name is Pan De. Pan De, no affiliation with Pandora's box. Pan De proceeds to take off his coffin on campaign with him. And then Guan Yu drowns 7 of the enemy's forces, but in a very, very glorious battle. This is Guan Yu. He goes ahead. Goodness gracious. Guan Yu, and then he goes ahead and decides to fight 7 of his enemies. And all those 7 enemies, they proceed to drown in the river. He goes ahead and proceeds to drown them. Very good artwork. But at this point, Guan Yu realized that he has been struck in the like an arrow of a poison arrow, and it's like on his arm. And so luckily there was a doctor passing by, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I need to treat this arm, but like, it's going to be very, very painful because you have no anesthesia here. It's wartime. I need to cut your skin and get to the bone, and then I need to scrape the poison out. This is going to hurt, okay?" Guan Yu's like, "Fine, doctor. Just go ahead and do it." And so while Guan Yu goes ahead and plays chess with some of his friends, the doctor proceeds to cut open his arm. And then once he reaches the bone, he proceeds to go ahead and scrape. Oh God. My God, my unstable hand. He proceeds to go ahead and scrape the poison off of him. And when Guan Yu is finally complete and realizes that the surgery is complete, the doctors are like, "Okay, how do you feel?" "Oh, it's amazing. It's like good as new. I didn't feel anything. What was that about pain? I felt nothing." And he's like, "My man, you are not human. I think I am so incredible by this." And then Zhang Yi goes and proceeds to try to offer him gold. The doctor refuses, saying that he only came because of Zhang Yi's reputation. Su Hang, and he also goes ahead and prescribes Guan Yu some medication to put on his wound and to rest for 100 days. But as Guan Yu is all concerned, he is all fresh and new, and he can just go back to battle anytime the heck he wants. He does try his best to rest for a few days though, and it sort of worked. He was able to rest for a while, and then Guan Yu goes ahead and starts fighting. But in his condition, he is certainly in no condition to be able to lead an actual military expedition and fight. But he does so anyway. And in this, he goes ahead and gets captured. And because he got captured, he's all like, "Okay, yeah, you know what? You got me. Kill me. I would rather go ahead and face death together." And Guan Yu is executed. And then his ghost goes ahead and proceeds to visit Cao Cao. And then he goes ahead and proceeds to visit his brother, Xuande. Cao Cao is very, very freaked by this execution, and he is very, very freaked by seeing his fears, and is very, very shocked. Now his doctor, Cao Cao's doctor, goes ahead and tries to get treated. Hua Tuo tries to go ahead and treat Cao Cao's shock, but at this point Cao Cao cannot survive all this, and Cao Cao himself passes away. He's now a ghost too. And then for Xuande though, he was very surprised by all this, but he realizes this is as resolved to go ahead and kill his enemies. Cao Pi then proceeds to go ahead and trick his brother, where he commands his brother to go ahead and create these poems. And Liu Feng is executed for failing to rescue Guan Yu. Emperor Shen, the emperor, you remember, the one where the empress was killed, he has been deposed. Now he is deposed by the son Cao Pi. Cao Pi himself wants to become emperor, and he's all like, "Okay, my dad, Cao Cao, he the first emperor. I'm the second emperor of the Wei dynasty." And so Cao Cao is obviously spirited, very, very happy about this. Cao Pi himself is very, very happy about this too. And the emperor himself is deposed and is no longer a threat. Another scene that happens here is Zhang Fei is murdered. Zhang Fei is murdered in cold blood, and at this point Xuande's brothers are all dead. Xuande is very, very distraught by this, and he's like, "No, fate, why do you have to do this to me?" Sun Quan then proceeds to surrender to Wei just to make things worse. And so part of the territory itself of Wu is like very, very destroyed. Xuande then rewards his men for the war against Wu because he proclaims and starts declaring war against Wu for killing both of his brothers. What other things happened here? Lu Xin goes ahead and proceeds to burn down all of his enemies' campsites. And here, Kong Ming decides to use his cunning strategy because this time all of his tiger generals are dead. He uses his eightfold strategy. To go ahead and proceed to destroy his enemies. And once he managed to go ahead and destroy his enemies, he was able to trap them. But this unfortunately didn't last for a very, very long time, mostly because he never really did manage to count on his family to go ahead and help the enemies to get out of here. The 8 maze puzzle is solved, and Xuande dies. Not after establishing the Shu Han dynasty. So after he dies, and before he dies, so he went ahead and left his son as the next emperor of Shu Han. He left him in the care of Kong Ming, and lets Kong Ming deal with stuff. Also, he goes ahead and tells him Ma Su is not a trustworthy person, is full of hot air, and is not worth really doing stuff with. But Kong Ming makes the biggest mistake in his life and thinks that he's the most reliable guy that they have. One of the most reliable guys that they have. Kong Ming, then using his military genius and prowess, proceeds to help the panicking young emperor realize the situation, saying that there are 5 armies attacking them, but he has already devised 5 plans and that they have worked against these enemies, and they will not be able to go ahead and attack them anytime soon. This went ahead and proceeded to calm the young Lord Emperor, and then Kong Ming proceeds to give out this military invasion plan where he could go ahead and neutralize the natural tribes that were already trying to fight them inside of their own spheres of influence, and then proceeds to try to give him his conquest plans of Wei. These plans are approved. Remember those mated tribes I was just talking about like a few seconds ago? Well, those mated tribes are called the Man People. Now, the Man People themselves have this king, and that king is called Meng Huo. Meng Huo himself has never tasted defeat before, so this is the very, very first time he's tasted defeat, and he is not taking it well. He goes ahead and gets himself captured a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, a 6th time, all due to the cunning thoughts and trapping of Kong Ming, who freed him every time, trying to get him to promise that he will come back. And on the 7th time, he finally actually does do that. And Kong Ming captures Meng Huo for a 7th time, and Kong Ming offers a bunch of other things to do too. But that is basically how chapters 61 to 90 have ended. And from here, it actually all goes downhill. There's a bunch of fast-pacing empire building too, but it's mostly over. All the 3 kingdoms are created, and now we just need to unify them. But it will not be the way you think about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Han Chen Chuan. I thank you for your time, and until next time, Shihana, peace. Bye bye.